I see you, pilot. I admire your perseverance. If only the IOC infantry were as dedicated. There is only one way out, pilot. Up.
Welcome back to Titanfall 2, everyone. Let's get right into it.
So I've talked to...
Pilot, scans indicate the dome above is your best course of action to find an exit. I recommend getting there by any means necessary.
Okay, that was a weird thing, but sure. So this is one of the weirder, cooler things that the game ends up doing with its momentum and wall running and everything like that. And you have this segment here where your entire point is to get up. And you're on this vertical face like this. I mean, it's so disorienting and it creates a sense of vertigo. It's a really cool little thing that it does. Even if you're just looking at it normally, like this, it might not be super obvious. Like, man, that's weird. So this is probably the spot in the game where, actually I think it's the only spot in the game where I actually needed this thing to tell me where to go, because I was just so struck. I could not figure it out, and yeah, this whole thing. It's great. So I'm going to try to do this without using the wall run.
The dome is still waiting. Rest assured, I will not execute you summarily. You have my word.
Am I supposed to go on that? Fucking ghost. I always think I'm supposed to jump over here, but I think that only gets me to that helmet if I make it. Oh, that's so... I'm having a moment here, as you can probably tell. But let's... Oh. Nope, that was wrong. Yeah, so we may actually end up using the ghost here, because I am struck. Watch this. Now, like, I feel like at this range, when you're a little further away, it makes a little bit more sense of what you're doing. But you fall in such, like, yeah, you're falling up. Or, it's very bizarre. So let's not go that way anymore. Yep, we're gonna have to use the ghost, because I have completely forgotten my path. So, ghost time. Sure. Like I said, this is the only spot in the game I use the ghost, and it'll be the only spot in the game that I do use it, actually. And there's a reason for it. I'm never gonna stop making that noise when I'm struck by the vertigo. Okay. There, okay.
Simulation dome scenario activated. Resetting terrain.
Impressive, pilot. You made it all this way alive. Unfortunately for you, there is only one way out. Step up onto the platform. Well done, pilot.
Nope.
I will take it from here.
My bad. I got through it, and then I immediately jumped off to my death.
Activated. Resetting terrain.
Impressive, pilot. You made it all this way alive. Unfortunately for you, there is only one way out. Step up onto the platform.
Okay, this time we're gonna actually make it on.
Well,
Ah.
I will take it from here.
So, this is the dome. And this is, I mean, that was a really cool transition the game just threw at us, where it's pulling off all these platforms and then bringing these down, or bringing these up. And these are the platforms we were just running on and everything like that. Sometimes the game throws out these really cool set pieces like this, and it's one of the things the game does really well. I feel like Infinite Warfare, you know, talking about the other game that's being LP'd alongside this one, it doesn't do that as well. Let's see if we can't find something good in here real quick.
Loading scenario 127 in Dynamic Simulation Dome 314.
Now, we shall see how impressive you truly are.
So fucking cool.
Delivering militia test subjects.
Attacked! Arm up! Barely survived the last one. Shut up and grab a gun! Look, pilot! Now we are in our favor. Nothing about this is in our favor. Aim sharp!
Scenario 127 load complete.
Let us begin. Deploying Spectres.
Keep it together! Up ahead! Open fire!
Pilot, your heart rate is accelerating. Are you in distress?
I'm kinda busy, BT.
If in combat, utilize your cloak. It will temporarily make you invisible. Initiating IMC Reaper test program.
So, yeah, we're gonna let our RMC buddies deal with that for a moment. Let's see if we can't hack this guy real quick. While these guys don't do a lot of damage to that Reaper, I'd rather have them on my side than not. A nice distraction for the Reaper, as it were.
Titan video feed reestablished. Cooper, the houses contain weapon caches. I saw them being loaded on the assembly line.
Your tactics are impressive. I'm sure the IMC won't mind if I deploy a few more units.
Deploying additional Reaper to test scenario.
Let's make this a little more interesting. The IMC would be able to thank me for helping make the Reaper more effective. Perhaps I'll have to renegotiate my contract. How strange. This is taking longer than expected. You should have died by now. Kappa 1, report to Dome 314 immediately. Objective, destroy the militia pilot. How copy over?
Solid copy. Proceeding to Dome 314, out. Kappa 1 in position. Awaiting orders to proceed, over.
Get ready.
Admire your perseverance, but it's time to end this. Kappa 1, eliminate the militia pilot. You are cleared to engage.
Opening the door. Squad, prepare for dome breach.
Alright, perfect. Electric smoke hit exactly where I wanted it to. The Reaper fight, if you don't know about...
Pilot Cooper, are you alright?
Think I pissed her off, BT.
You will have to explain that expression later. Get out of there while you can. I have detected an opening in the outer wall, marking your HUD.
Yeah, I ain't playing that game. But yeah, this fight is really fun. I was a little quiet during it because I just basically buzzed through it. But if you don't know that, we're gonna pick up a Spitfire here. If you don't know that the EPG is in there, you're probably gonna have a pretty tough fight.
I have detected an opening in the outer wall. You should get out of there while you can. Marking your HUD.
As I should have expected, the IMC infantry clearly lack your resolve. Perhaps I have no choice but to step in personally. Rare miscalculation on my part.
So yes, that is a really fun fight, that dome situation. And the area running up to the dome, where you're going through this very different parkour, is really cool. And I appreciate that whole scenario. That was the moment the first time I was playing this that made me really take a second and think about like what I was seeing. And it's really cool. And it's not the only scenario in this game that's kind of like that. They do some fun things with space and distance and everything. So...
Ash, tell me you killed that pilot.
I am dealing with him.
Stop getting caught up in your games.
Am I not allowed to enjoy myself while I work?
Not when your work suffers.
Point taken. Ash out.
Don't worry. The price I'm putting on his head, you can buy all the toys you want.
Sector 4 Charlie. Detonate charges 21 through 29.
To all IMC personnel, this is Ash. I am sorry to report, due to your inability to contain the security breach, I have been forced to scuttle the entire complex. Some of you may consider this overkill. It is. I suggest you evacuate immediately.
Okay, Ash, thanks.
Stopping Prowler containment.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to be quiet for that, but I've never actually pulled that off before. Alright. So, I was trying to just see if there's anything over there. Anyways, this is one of those really fun wall running segments the game throws at you. You just have to be aware of your surroundings and what's in front of you and everything. Not overly difficult, and it puts you right on the path for a helmet.
Pilot, I do not know what you did, but a series of explosions just weakened the manipulator arm. I have broken free.
Marvin working up here. So this fight here can be...
This place is falling apart. I suggest we leave. You are not far from my location. Marking your HUD.
This fight, now that BT's done talking to us, is sort of the reason I brought the Spitfire around. There's a lot of things to shoot, and those scarabs can be a bit of a problem. Though this was easier than I recall. Very weird. Man, we haven't used the sniper rifle yet, and that's fine by me. I want nothing to do with that thing. I'm terrible at sniping. Alright. And here the game is giving us a little bit of advice on where to go.
This is a highly dangerous environment. I suggest you embark on it.
I'm gonna listen to BT's advice here.
Transferring controls to pilot.
Oh, we're still using that escort? Oh no, that's right. I completely forgot. This is that brute build. I don't think we actually got to use it before BT was stolen from us.
I detect an exit beyond this dome. Check your HUD.
Alright, pilot. I hope you're ready for a real fight.
Brute is not a bad build, but when you're fighting a couple of different guys like this, it can be a little annoying. Now, if you don't ADS like I was doing there, you get your big swirly one. That thing does a lot of damage. It just travels very slowly. ADSing gives you a single fast rocket. As you can imagine, very useful at a distance. Now, Ronin is a close combat specialist, so I don't know why I'm getting up in his face, but I am.
You piece of crap.
And why not?
What's the matter, pilot? Something wrong with your link?
Once again, I kind of prefer tone. Now, as you can see, I'm just kind of following the game's instructions, but you're able to hover.
Flight core.
And the flight core we're going to hold off on for a moment. Oh no.
Is it getting hot in there?
This North Star is going to be a problem. North Star is kind of like a...
Let's finish this, you militia rat.
Okay.
What can I call
Detecting hull damage. Enemy Titan down.
Well, anyways, North Star is a sniper Titan. So we didn't want to get too far away from him. He was doing some decent damage.
Guard mode engaged. Defend that enemy I can see at all costs. Enemy Titan down.
Ooh. So one of the interesting parts of or one of the things I kind of noted while playing this game the first time through, is you never see an unguided enemy Titan in the game. They're always filled up with, or they always have pilots inside the Titan. There's not a lot of you fighting other pilots on foot in this game. Which again, I found kind of interesting. And if this looks like a boss arena to you, that's because it's a boss arena. Congratulations, you figured out the secrets of this video game.
Lisk has put a high price on your head, pilot. Dead or alive, that makes you worth something to me. Let us begin.
Ash is a Ronin-style Titan. That means you want to stay the hell away.
Perfect.
Flight core offline.
And,
You should not have done that.
we basically just chumped Ash within about 40 seconds of starting this fight.
Warning. Warning.
Ugh.
All units fire at will. This pilot must learn his place. Good, we're one step closer to your end.
We're not even going to get to really see Ash here, because I have just basically destroyed her in 10 seconds.
Security lockdown disengaged. Surface access is authorized.
Pilot, the security lockdown has been disengaged. I recommend we leave through the tunnel.
Alright. So yeah, the Ronin's Type Titan is actually really fun to play with in multiplayer. It's a shotgun class and a melee class, so it's all close range. And you just saw they're kind of the primary weakness. They don't have a ton of health, and ultras can chump them pretty quickly. But with
I have concluded we should take no further shortcuts.
BT or genius. That is going to do it for this segment of the game. I will see everyone in the next episode, where we're going to play around with time a little bit. It's actually really cool. And once again, there's some really neat scenarios the game throws at you, and this is one of the ones coming up. They do a really good job of kind of diversifying the different experiences going into the game. So as soon as this loads, wait for it, there it is. I'll see everyone next time. Bye.